Hey Andrew, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. What about you?
Oh, can't complain, my man. How's your day?
It was good. Yeah. Mm. Is
Anything?
there any us getting on the Zoom call?
Yeah, we're gonna hang out for a bit. Give everybody a
Oh,
chance to hop on. I'm actually about to go live in the group as well.
okay, sure.
Okay, give me 1 second. Hey Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey man, good, great Wednesday afternoon.
Yes, sir. 1 sec. I'm just making sure that we're live in the group. Yep. Looks like we're locked and loaded, baby. All right. Get this camera on. Got it. You having a pretty good day, Mike?
I am. Have a really good day. Thank you for asking.
Oh man, I love it, baby. I love it. Pretty much gonna.
Anybody you fill out an application and it's immediately approved is a winning day.
Oh man, there you go. No resubmissions or anything. First go around. There you go. I love it. Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you hopping on. A couple of other people may hop on in a sec, but pretty much what we're going to be kind of going through today, how to actually set up a mortgage protection campaign. Uh, go through some of the ins and outs of it. Pretty much going to open it for questions if you have any, and then everybody who sticks around, I actually have a couple of ad creatives. I'm going to get everybody on the live, so pop that in for you. You can use that, get your hands dirty and start running your own ads. So, hey, let me know. Is it choppy on my end? Because look like I'm lagging a little bit. It's good to go. Okay,
Good. Well, good.
appreciate you, man. Let me close this window. Looks like someone else is hopping on. Big Darren's hopping on. Okay. Hey, Darren, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's up, sir?
Can't
It's
complain,
been a
baby.
while. I think we spoke a little while back,
Really?
and
Hey,
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
can't stay away for long, baby.
I said, man, he's got a Zoom going on. Let me peep this out. Hey, are you going to be going over details like targeting and audience targeting?
Yeah, we're gonna go over a few different options for targeting. Really, I don't do much of it, honestly, because
Keep everything pretty open.
yeah, pretty open. Yes, is usually with the best results because when you get
Yeah,
real
for sure.
tricky with the targeting, it can be kind of iffy. So I
Yeah.
kind of
'Cause
kind of stay away from that a bit.
Bet. Bet. Well, you know what? I picked up a lot. But I was hoping that you'd be going over like detail targeting because the reason why is
Mhm.
I've got a nice little niche thing going on if I can nail my targeting down. So yeah,
Who you
for sure.
targeting?
I want to target mainly veterans.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
There's a few different you got a pen handy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So there's a few different options I would look at for that. One would be organizations. So any big organizations that a lot of veterans they go to or they subscribe to. Any big influencers in the industry. And then I would just even look up or add like the branches, like target the branches that you're going after. So I think that'll be helpful too, to kind of test out what you're targeting.
That awesome.
Hope that helps, man.
It does, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you're going over mortgage protection stuff, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna glaze over some of the details of kind of setting it all up. And I won't have time to go into the like add copy creators or anything like that. Pretty much want to kind of talk about the foundational process of actually setting it up, targeting, how to structure a campaign, and then also have a few creatives that I'm going to give to everybody on the call. So it's just some things you can kind of use to get your hands dirty.
Sure. Well, you know what? I have learned these real good, strong fundamental things.
Mhm.
And I really am trying to learn how to get more into the nuts and bolts of it. For like I guess being able to just go that extra little step to be able to get not I wouldn't call it advanced, but like past that beginner stage, but
Yeah.
a little bit down the road from intermediate.
Okay.
So
What we can do,
not
yeah, what we can do, because we actually talk about that in our mastermind. Mike's actually in it himself. We can jam after the call because this would be more of an intermediate type of setup. So if you want to kind of jam and talk about some of the intricate details about what you're kind of aiming for, man, we can chat for a bit and just see what we can do.
sweet. How long you target this call to be?
About 20 minutes, if that's going
Cool.
to be
All
pretty
right.
short.
I'm gonna mute out. Gentlemen, thanks for I'm sorry I didn't mean to crash in and kind of take over here.
There you go.
Thanks for appreciate it.
You're
So
good, man.
I'm gonna sit back and just see what I can learn.
Sweet, sweet. And then if anybody else has any questions, come off mute, ask away. But pretty much what I want to kind of do is just kind of, like I said, talk about the foundational piece when it comes to setting up a mortgage protection campaign. And then you can use some of the ad creatives that I add in the Zoom chat to kind of get the ball rolling with that. But first things first, we're going to be pretty much setting up lead forms just because it's going to be the simplest way to get ads up and running. You can get it up and really quickly. So you're going to hit this green create button to the left. You're going to click leads. Hey, Tone, what's going on, man? I didn't see you popped in there. But you're going to hit leads. And then once you hit leads, you're going to press continue. Now, me personally, I like to go with the manual setup. You can use the recommendations. I honestly don't like to use the recommendations. So it's really just kind of based off preference. We're going to kind of go through the manual setup because to me, it's personally, it's a bit simpler. So once that opens up, it's going to open up the three levels for the campaign. Level 1 is going to be the ad. 2 is going to be the ad set. And then the final one is going to be the actual ad. So what we want to do here first is to name the campaign. Now, once you name it, you don't have to do anything here. We're going to go to the ad set. That's going to be the second level. We're going to do a lot of the targeting so we can make sure that we're focusing on the right locations. So with this one, we're going to be doing open targeting. And what open targeting would be is just location and age for this example. Looks like Adam's in the waiting room. Let Adam in. All right. And then I'm going to tack on creative 1. And what creative 1 means that we're going to be using one image. And that's what this creative 1's going to stand for. I like to test multiple different images when launching the campaign initially. Now, when you set this up, you want to make sure you have a business page. Now with the business page, you're gonna have to verify the terms and conditions of Facebook. You only have to do it once, but it's just got to go in, press agree to the terms and conditions, rock solid, good to go. Next, we're gonna scroll down to the budgeting. With this example, we're just gonna do 20 bucks. We tend to like to start off at about 20 to 30 bucks. That's a really good benchmark. Then it's kind of scale up from there. You don't really want to go balls to the walls starting out because you don't want your budget to be, spurred out on an ad that doesn't convert. So that's something key to keep in mind. Now, with the budget being set for 20 bucks, we're going to go to the start date. I always like to start the campaign at midnight so we can get a full day to actually run. Because if you start the campaign in the middle of the day, it'll try to hurry up and spend the money, and it may waste the money just trying to hurry up and spend it for the day ends. So I always like to set a good start date for that. Then end date, we want to do the end of the day, so that'll be 11:59. So first campaign, I like to test for 7 days. That gives you, enough information to really make adjustments and changes based off of, what's necessary. Then what we pretty much do is make optimizations off of the one that performs the best. So that's how the setting up the dates will work. Now, Facebook does have a new kind of like targeting system that they like to do. They call it Advantage Plus Audience. I don't like to use this one because it really limits the targeting and also the age range. So we always want to make sure we switch to the original audience options so we can actually target the exact age we want to go after. Give it a sec to load. All right, there we go. All right. Hey, Andrew, can you come off mute, man? What states are you licensed in?
Hey, I'm in Oklahoma and Texas.
Sweet. Okay. Well, let me spell that.
LA.
There you go. And it's been a long day. All right, there we go. Sweet. So I'm gonna scroll down, go to the age. Now, since we're targeting mortgage protection, the age range that I typically like to aim for, you can start out at 30 and to cut it out at about 47, 50. Really depends upon the audience size, and with the states that you have, 50 should be good. Because we want to make sure we have a few million people in that audience. Okay, we're looking at 10 million. That's good. So
I have one question before you
Yeah.
go on. Who are you trying to target?
So with mortgage protection, we're targeting young families. So
Okay, for like finance spends or mortgage protection?
mortgage protection.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, great question, man. And then so we typically like to cut it off at about 50, because anything after that, you're typically leaning into more final expense at that point. So that's a good bench point to kind of start off with. And that's all you need for the ad set. Since we're doing open targeting, we just need location. We've got the states, then we have the age that we're targeting. And the last piece is going to be the ad. So this is where you're going to plug in your image and also your ad copy. Now your image is going to be the creator that you use. And I'm going to plug in an example here real quick. And then your ad copy is going to be the words that you attach to it. So I'm going to name this real quick. Ad copy 1. Oh, great 1. All right. Delete that. I just grab an image real quick. If I don't have any in there. So I'll grab one. Mortgage. like it's lagging out just a little bit. Oh, there we go. All right, so you want to make sure that when you do upload the image, you make sure this is all set to original. So the image isn't distorted when the ads are running. Once you do that, you want to go to all optimizations. So it's optimized across all the platforms. And then you're going to press done. All right. Cool. So that's going to be the creative, which is going to be the image. Now the ad copy, we're not going to have much time to go into a lot of detail about. That's pretty much what's going to be on top of the image. So we follow 3 steps when it comes to ad copy. 1 is calling out your demographic. 2 is going to be laying out the benefits of what you're offering. And then 3 is going to be a clear call to action. So we like to follow those 3 fundamentals when it comes to writing good ad copy. And we may do another training on that, maybe next week. But that's what we like to use to kind of, really attract and get people to go through and read the copy. And then the final piece is going to be the headline. The headline is designed to really get them to stop so they can really go and read the ad copy. Now, the call to action, we always like to leave it at learn more. It's kind of rule of thumb, to be sure that when they click that button, it hits learn more. Let me plug in this headline real quick so you can kind of see what that looks like. So good one. So here's an example. And emojis help. So here's an example of a pretty decent headline. Probably if I spelled it right. All right, so all homeowners should read this. And then that'll pretty much get them to go up and read the ad copy up here at the top. And just kind of explain the benefits of using and having mortgage protection. And then you want to create a form to where you can, of course, collect information that you need to qualify the lead. I'm not going to get too intricate with it, but I'm going to kind of show how to do that. We'll remove the greeting for this example. We'll go to the questions. You can put in customized questions based off of what you need. With this exact ad, I would actually plug in a question that's, are you a homeowner? Just since we are targeting mortgage protection, and it's a yes or no, you can use that as a qualification. And then you may ask, who's your beneficiary, something like that. And then you want to come down here and plug in the contact data or the contact information that you need. So you may need, of course, you need the phone number, but you may want the address, you may want the city, state. You can plug that in. I would recommend having roughly 7 to 9 questions on the form. That's a pretty good sweet spot because you don't want to ask too many questions where you have a high drop-off rate. So you want to be sure that you keep that in mind. And city, I'll just plug that in for this example. All right, now once you have this, you need to go down here and plug in your privacy policy. It's real simple. You just type in a privacy policy, put it into Google Doc, and then just post it here. It's just, kind of laying out that, but you have to submit a privacy policy in order to submit a form. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. And the last thing is going to be the call to action. We use this as a way to get them to go in and schedule. So pretty much prompt them to go ahead and book an appointment. So you leave it under view website, plug in a link to your calendar, then they'll be able to book directly with you. And then of course, you want to plug in like, hey, schedule a call with, Andrew, and then just have the link to your calendar, right here. Then they can book directly with you. Then once that's done, you press create form. Well, hold on, before we do that, I do want to go to the settings here real quick. And this is just kind of a small nugget. When creating the form, you want to set it to open so people can share the ad and share the form. because if they can share it, you can actually get free leads from that. So just a small nugget there. And once it's done, you press create form, and then you'd be good to go. Not going to create this form because I don't really need it. So I'll press OK. And then once the form's created, you got the ad copy plugged in, ad creative's done. You press publish, and then you're all set. And then the ad will be ready to go live at midnight. So probably barfed a lot of information here. So when it kind of open up for any questions, that kind of breaks it down into simplicity. Now, of course, there's a few intricate things you want to kind of plug in when it comes to setting this all up, but this is a good foundational understanding of how to actually set it up, so you can really hit the ground running. Any questions so far, gentlemen? Nope. Okay. No biggie.
Yeah, Chris, I do. When
yeah,
you first began, there was an option for a special ad, and I noticed that one was for housing.
Mhm.
Would mortgage protection qualify for that special ad? And what is that all about anyway? Do you know? Of course, you know, probably.
Yeah. So with what we're targeting, you're not gonna worry about that because special ads are for real estate or credit repair. With
Okay.
those two industries, you can't target age range. It has to be open.
Okay.
Now, if you mention mortgage protection inside the ad copy, Facebook may want to do a review just to be sure that it's not a special category, but that's typically normal. That's if you mention mortgage protection inside the ad copy.
Okay.
But that's more for real estate. They really limit what you can do and target on real estate for some odd
Okay.
reason. I don't know why.
Makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Hey Kelly, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Happy New Year, everybody.
Absolutely. You been doing okay?
Awesome, actually. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, we're actually wrapping up on this, so you may want to catch the replay, but you did hop on just in time for the free, the free resource I'm going to be providing for everybody. Pretty much going to give everybody access to a couple different ad creatives for mortgage protection that you
Okay,
all can
cool.
use and go run some ads with. But yeah, so it's kind of all I got for this. Before I stop to share, any questions? Mike, did you have anything else, or Andrew? You should mute it, Andrew. You should mute it, man.
We're good. Thanks. That's good stuff. Appreciate you.
No problem, my man. Hey, Andrew, I couldn't hear you. You were muted when you were talking.
Oh, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. How many leads do you expect when you spend $20 daily?
So with mortgage protection, we typically see leads anywhere between $6 to about $11. It's really based off of how many states we're operating and running in. So if you're spending about $20, you should get between 2 to 3 leads. Now, granted, it can be a bit lower as far for cost per lead. You could get more, but that's typically what we see on average. Now, when we do launch a campaign, though, we typically run multiple ad sets, and we didn't really talk about it. As a matter of fact, let me give an example here real quick. Now, with this ad set that I just showed everybody, that was for one ad. We typically like to run 3 to start off initially. So it would actually spend $60 per day. And then if you're spending $60 a day, now we're looking at anywhere between like 8 to like 12 leads a day. So now we're cranking out more volume. But we always like to run multiple campaigns just to kind of test and keep things fresh. And I think I just did that step a little too quick. But what I did was with the original asset that I had, I duplicated it twice. So that I
So
can,
the more ad sets you have, but they're the same sets, but the more
Yeah.
you have, the more sets you have, that's how you get more leads.
correct, yes.
Oh,
Now,
okay. I thought you just run with one ad set and then you just go based on that. Okay.
Yeah, you can run multiple. And then when you're running multiple assets, you typically want to change one piece of it, whether it's the ad copy, the headline, or the creative, just to test, because it always works differently with different state combinations. So that's always something to really keep in mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, great question, my man. Awesome. So let me go ahead and stop the share real quick. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get that resource for everybody. I'm gonna post it in the Zoom chat so everybody has access to it. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see. Link. You copy. All right. I'll post it in the chat. You can use that. It's like 4 or 5 of them. And then you can put a little bit more zest on it if you want, or you can just, roll with the ones that already have set in there. Now, if anybody's watching the live in the Facebook group, I'm going to post a link to the resource inside the comments. So, don't worry about it if you're watching a replay or watching in the group. Well, ladies and gents, that's all I got for the day. Hope today was helpful. Doran will jam, right after we hop off. Mike, Tone, Andrew, Kelly, it was definitely a pleasure with everyone. And if you have any other questions that could pop up after we hop off, just post them in the comments or you can just DM me directly. I'll definitely answer those questions for you. Happy enough? Good to go?
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. I love it. Hey, let's crush it, everybody.